thought I'd just do this video as it seems kind of funny, doesn't it? It all began, I think my channel kind of popped off on a rant in October the 6th, 2019. I don't want to be that guy that said, I told you so, but let's have a listen to what the Oracle had to say. As the Keemstar would say, roll it. Whoever the fuck is watching this video, do not buy this game. Please, if there is anything I can glean from this video, please, if you are thinking of buying Gears 5, do not buy it. Never buy it, never touch it. I don't care if they fix it, I don't care if it gets fixed, I don't care if they put out a title update. Don't touch this game. A company that has had 3 years to create a game can launch a game in this state do not deserve time. They do not deserve your money, your support, your effort. Put it into something else. Please. After you've put 2 years of effort into the franchise, ask yourself, yeah, was that worth it? Ask yourself what you could have done with those 2 years. Ask yourself where your channel would be, where your Twitter profile would be, where your stream would be, where you would be as a person if you'd have just taken those 2 years out and put them into something else. Because clearly the game finished production, the game is done, and just as a little bit of information, TC Shawnee, I think, has been fired. Now, this is a bit strange because it was only a few days ago that I revealed that sort of someone was liking tweets about a current community manager that they're no longer at least with the studio. And this person is fired or something. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. If you take a look at this tweet, you're going to be seeing, "Hi Gears players, we want to let you know that starting today, this account will be monitored and run by the Gears community team. We appreciate Sean's work and wish him well in his future endeavors." And a certain community member or connected to a community member had been liking tweets. You can just see it here, down here, had been liking tweets that good riddance effectively. Based off the back of that, it appears, now I can't say, but it appears that TC Sean has been fired. I want to make this perfectly clear that I don't like this decision, but I also want to explain myself because a lot of people seem to think this is my fault. It's not my fault that somebody gets fired from a company which I can't even communicate with. Let me get that crystal clear. Number one, I said that I'd just like to explain that I spoke privately with the person in question, and our conversations are going to remain that. The person has now deleted their account, and I don't want to bring any heat, attention, or problems towards that person because our conversations were amicable, fine, and we've got no problems. And I hope all is well with her and Sean, and I don't want to speculate on it. I don't want to speculate why somebody was fired. I don't want to speculate on this person did that and did that. I don't care about that. That's for someone else to do. I ain't going to speculate on that. I'll tell you why I covered the topic. Because a few people are like, oh, well, you started it. I'll tell you. The reason I covered the topic was, number one, I've had a personal interaction with TC Sarah, and therefore I discussed how I felt about that. That's completely fine. And B, all of the other details I discussed were completely public. It's way out of bounds to talk about someone's family, relationships, jobs, firing, for a situation we don't know about, because that's incredibly stressful. And if you haven't even conversed with them, like, you got to be respectful. So here's what I want to say. He never communicated with me. He refused to speak to me, but I can still see that the vast majority of the community were really pleased with his work. So I ain't going to hold any grudges. Like, it seems like people are upset that he's gone, and especially them not communicating how it happened or why. And that is, again, within TC's sort of domain. They don't have to disclose why they would get rid of somebody. Remember, folks, if they can ban me, someone that had a large audience, with no comment, then they can sure do it for their own. And I think it sums up TC. They got rid of somebody that clearly had a long-standing passion for Gears, gave no real explanation, and then also blocked replies to avoid any sort of community heat. I'm trying to not bring any attention to the situation, but I do want to at least lend a hand or say something, because I'd feel like I wasn't doing my duty if I didn't. So our last conversations concerned me, and now her account is gone. Now, I don't want to raise any alarms or anything because it might be something of nothing, but when her last public tweets, and again, this is public information, were about not feeling good, not wanting to live, I know what that feels like, having been thrown a load of shit from TC for 6+ months. So let's please not make the mistake. I want someone, if you know the person, maybe it's TC, someone to reach out to both of them and ask if they're okay. I want that to remain private, but if somebody talks to me about being lost and sad, and I've tried to help them, and then suddenly they randomly disappear offline, and now TC Shawnee's gone, that doesn't sit well with me. It's none of my business to disclose private information. I'm just saying that as somebody who recently became a tiny bit of an acquaintance, and I'm concerned, and I've got no more comments on the issue. Well, that is kind of the news. That is what's been going on. It's a unfortunate case of, yeah, I'm sorry, but I told you so. It seems to be that after 2 years, the game still has no direction. It's finished. They seem to be getting rid of people left and right. Everyone seems to be leaving. They still won't communicate or speak to me. They not even communicating with their own fans at this point. They're blocking replies for people that are wanting to know more information about the situation with TC Sean. And that's all I can do. I can just say I just reported some public information. I thought I did it in a respectful manner. And it's a shame that Sean has gone. So yeah, that's what I've got to say. I don't know what you think about the situation. You can leave a comment or like, explain what you're thinking, because obviously with no replies on the tweet, I can't see what people are thinking. So you'll have to leave a comment below and let me know. Or you can join my public Discord and have a chat in there. There are some people discussing in there. But that's what's been going on. It's a weird one for me to comment on, because normally it's like, put the shades on, have a bit of a laugh. Don't really find this funny. I just kind of find it a bit like, right, so there's this person that felt really bad. They've disappeared off the internet. TC Shawnee's gone. The game's finished. And I will just add one thing. It irritates me beyond belief that you've got these people coming out now and they're going, oh, the game's rubbish. Oh, this happened. Oh, X did Y and Y did X, and oh, this is this and that is that. It's like, look, the chance you had was when you all had your large public audiences and when the game was thriving with 3 million players at launch, to speak out and maybe get something done, some tweaks, some changes. And please note, this isn't about balance. I see people all the time talking about balance. Look, 3 million people didn't leave Gears of War at launch because the shotgun had a delay, or the shotgun had too much or too little poke. It was a complete collection of issues which I tried to address in my review, and it wasn't even about skill gap. This wasn't a case of the game's too noobish, therefore it died. That's also a silly point, because there are plenty of casual games that are popular. The actual problem with the game was it wasn't fun. It's objectively not a very fun game to play. You don't have Doom level graphics with chaining executions. You don't have fun maneuvers like, say, Splitgate jumping through portals. You don't have clever movement like Titanfall. You don't have super fast matchmaking with, like, you know, prop hunt like Call of Duty. It didn't have anything going for it. It was just an incredibly generic Gears product, a series that we've played for a very long time that was becoming stale and boring in Gears 3, and it's now even more stale and boring. So when people say, oh, it was the balance, it was this developer, it was this community man, it had nothing to do with that. It was a collective issue, which people still seem to be missing the point. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the situation. I just wanted to give you this news. Hope everyone's doing well. I'd really appreciate it if you checked out my most recent game reviews. It's some of the best content I've done, I feel. I've done some reviews for The Ascent. I've done some Alien Isolation highlights, which I will admit are quite funny. And I've also done some Halo Infinite news and some chats about Back 4 Blood. I appreciate everyone that's been on the channel. I'll be completely honest, my subscribers on Twitch have dropped 90%. I have got like no members on YouTube, and it's pretty dire at the moment. So I'll just be honest, and I don't normally say this. If anybody wants to subscribe or become a member, it would be very much appreciated that you're supporting the content, because we're in a bit of a mess at the moment. And I'm not too proud to admit that, trying to stabilize. But yeah, it's been a bit of a rough couple months in terms of, actually paying stuff that costs money. So yeah, if you want to support, you can do. Take it easy, everyone.